What's up, everyone? I'm Nick Campo. This is
Big Boss Ben.
And we are the Lone Guys Podcast. Woo! Coming to you live from NBI Financial Group. This is the Campo Media Group Studios. And before we get started, we have a fire episode for you today. But before we get started, do us a favor and go to our YouTube channel. Bang the red subscribe button. Hit that little bell. Turn on the notifications. Thank you for everyone who's already done that. If you don't do it, follow us on all our social media. We are NBI Financial Group on all of them. My personal as well. Hit me up on Mortgage Mobster. What's yours?
Big Boss Ben.
Big Boss Ben. I don't know why that's his name, but he's Big Boss Ben. So,
because it's the truth.
Yes. Yeah, maybe. Let's just get right into it. Oh, that's right. March 17th, you're dyeing your hair green because we're doing a massive giveaway. A massive giveaway for a $100 Amazon gift card. You have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notifications and make a comment on one of our full podcasts. Give us your thoughts on that podcast or something that we said in that podcast. Leave your Instagram handle as well, and you will automatically be entered into the giveaway that is now less than 3 weeks away. It's an awesome giveaway. We're trying to bring back jobs to Amazon after our boy Bezos. Well, actually, he's not in charge anymore, but they laid off a bunch of people. We are just trying to help the working class folks. Ben?
We are.
What do you got for me?
So, I don't even know if you heard this. Some breaking news out today, a couple hours ago.
Oh, no.
The White House announced a change in a mortgage program. Before I even tell you what it is, do you think it was positive or negative?
Negative.
So you think it probably was not a good thing?
I'm thinking that there was good intentions behind it, or because there's an election coming up, they're going to call it something like with a pretty name, like the Patriot Act. But the Patriot Act actually took all of our rights away as American citizens,
okay.
Our right to privacy, and that was. And I'm using the Patriot Act as one example of many that's happened with the United States government. That was under a Republican administration, so I just want everyone to know that. And this is a Democrat administration. I think that they're all the same. I think it's negative.
Okay. And granted, he had no idea.
No knowledge. I've been prospecting all day today, bringing in a bunch of business. We're absolutely crushing it. I will be a top 1% loan officer by the end of 2023.
Okay. So I actually think it's good news. So following what we talked about last week with the changes in the LLPAs, making it a priority for first-time homebuyers, White House announced that FHA is going to be following suit. What they are going to do, though, is they are lowering the upfront mortgage insurance by 30 bips.
30 basis points. That is awesome.
So that's going to, on average, save buyers about $800 a year.
That's great. I love that. That's a win for the White House.
That's awesome.
If the press release is correct, and if we look into the fine print and HUD and FHA and all them, if the fine print is saying what you're saying it's supposed to say, then I'm going to say win for the White House. Thank you.
Right. And I will say, I'm going to read a quote from the White House, too.
When you say the White House, is this President Biden giving the quote, or who is this?
No, this is the head of HUD, which is a part of the cabinet.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why, yeah. So homeownership is currently the principal financial of wealth creation for most American households.
I've been saying that for months.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, years, but months on this podcast.
Right, exactly. But due to a nationwide shortfall in the supply of affordable homes and shifting demand of housing during the pandemic, first-time homebuyers have struggled in recent years to achieve homeownership. First-generation homebuyers and first-time homebuyers of color who are less likely to have sufficient resources for a sizable down payment due to long-standing gap and integrational wealth transfers have been particularly affected.
So a bunch of things. Let's break it down. Can we break it down?
Let's do it.
So 100%, that's a win.
Yes.
If the fine print, 30 basis points less in upfront mortgage insurance on FHA is a massive win, especially for first-time homebuyers. It's a massive win for minority communities. It's a massive win for underserved communities. It's a massive win for anybody who is looking to get into home ownership because the lack of inventory in this country has driven prices out of control. It's not greedy landlords. It's not greedy sellers. Somewhat of the inventory issue could be linked back to places like BlackRock and these big-time multi-billion-dollar corporations who are buying up a bunch of single-family residences to try to rent them out to you and to steal your wealth. That is a wealth transfer. So let's break down what was just said, right? So 30 basis points less in upfront mortgage insurance on FHA. Awesome win. Boom. The next thing they said, disproportionately affects minority communities. That's correct. Unfortunately for minority communities, like there's a socioeconomic gap there. Homeownership, and I've been saying this, whether it's minority communities, white communities, black communities, Mexican community, it doesn't matter what the community is. Homeownership is the number one way for the working class to build generational wealth in the United States of America. Real estate can change your life. Shout out to Sport Odie. Real estate can change your life, and it can do it through homeownership, becoming whatever. The housing market in America is one of the strongest in the world. Probably going to get some haters for it. It's one of the strongest in the world. So that's a huge thing. It's a huge win for all the underserved and less privileged from a socioeconomic standpoint communities.
Right. It's a massive win. Almost makes up for Wells Fargo.
No, nothing's going to wake up. Listen, you can't make up for the lack of competition in the market. You can't wait. Can you make up for a lack of competition in the market?
You cannot, but it is good to see. This is only going to be positive. It is good to see positive change make. I think this is the best report that I've seen come out of the White House since rent control.
Stop it. Stop it. Why would you let the White House have a win? And what happened with rent control?
I just want to get you going.
We're going to listen on Friday. I did a long form write-up for my LinkedIn and my Twitter people. I did a long form write-up, and it's about rent control. And it will be posted on my social media in the form of a thread on Twitter. It'll be a long form on LinkedIn. Donovan, should I post it on? I'm probably going to post it on Facebook. Should I post it on Facebook? Do people on Facebook know how to read? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to post it on there as well. I better get it scheduled out because baby number 2 is about to be here. So I'm pretty excited about
Congratulations.
That. Yeah, just wish me good luck, not congratulations. So, cool. But yeah, I'm excited. So we'll have that posted on Friday. I'm excited about that. This is a win for the White House. Rent control is not a win for the White House. Rent control is a way to transfer the wealth, and they mentioned wealth transfers.
They did.
So can we talk about the wealth transfer?
Yeah.
This is where people in America need to have a little bit more financial literacy, and that might be something we talk about in this episode. But
okay.
Understand what's happening in markets and understand what happens when we go into a quote unquote recession and people lose their jobs and they have to start spending on credit cards and they eat up all their savings and the government prints $1.7 trillion in funding. Understand what happens. That's a wealth transfer. All that stuff right there, I said, those are considered wealth transfers. COVID and the lockdowns was considered what? A wealth transfer.
It was.
There's a lot of wealth transfers that happen here in this country that are done under a stealthy disguise that are said to be able to help people. Rent control is one of those that they say is going to help with affordable housing or affordable rent. That's not helping. What we should be doing is stuff like the FHA program, 30 bips less, to help people actually purchase a primary residence instead of having to rent, because renting is a wealth transfer. But I also preach that, hey, you don't always need to just go buy a house because it's a big responsibility. Take some time to rent and save up money. That's okay. Yep. But I also believe it's okay to be a landlord and be a compassionate landlord. Don't let people take advantage of you, but be a compassionate landlord, right? And use that as, comprehensive real estate plan, have goals, have dreams, do all of that. You use that to build wealth for your family. Here's the thing. We can all win. People in comments will say, and they are saying this in one of our TikTok videos, has 7,800 views, and they're saying, What was it? Capitalism doesn't work. No, capitalism works as long as you're not lazy, right? And it's funny because the people who scream capitalism doesn't work, they'll yell and they'll say, hey, look at that rich person. Where did he get their money? Well, let me tell you something. If you're looking and counting someone else's dollars and where they got it from, you ain't making money. That doesn't put money in your pocket. Stop worrying about them. Look inward, look at you, and get better.